Come on in. Once you guys come in, if you guys could put a comment, I would appreciate it to make sure that the live volume and the video is working. That would be great. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the live. This is going to be no sign, no contact. Hi, Samantha. Happy Saturday to you. Hi, Rod. Welcome in. We're going to do no contact in separation with you and your special person. Please put a comment, like the video, share the live. That would be great. You're going to come in after the live. I will put the timestamps down below. We're going to look at all signs, Aries through Pisces. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody is doing amazing. The weather is beautiful here. It's going to be 92. So I got to get this live done and get outside. I've been MIA for a while. I've been super busy. I got engaged like 2 weeks ago, and we've had family in town. Kids are home, so I've been super duper busy. Welcome in, welcome in. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you very much. Thank you, Shannon. Yes, very exciting, very excited. So we're going to do no contact in separation. If you're in separation with your person, we're going to take a look and see what are their feelings, what are their intentions, what are their next actions towards you. Hi, Vincent. How are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Hi, Anita. Thank you. Happy Saturday to you. I hope you're doing good. Welcome in. We're going to wait one more minute and then we're going to get started. I hope you guys are having nice weather where you're at and getting some sun, getting some nature in. Yeah, it's going to be really warm. It's crazy, Carmina, because it was snowing on, Sunday and Monday, and it was down to 25 by Wednesday, and we were at the zoo yesterday. It got up to 90 yesterday, and today's going to be 92. So it's crazy. This weather is like, I don't know if I'm wearing a tank top or I'm wearing shorts or jeans or winter coat. I don't know what's going on every day. Hi, Virgie. Hi, Annie. Hi, Anita. I am doing well. Thank you very much. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hi, Sheila. So we're going to do a quick run through of all signs. We're going to look at Aries all the way through Pisces. If you're in no contact and separation with your special person, we're going to see what their feelings, intentions, and next actions are. If you want to do an in-depth reading of your specific situation, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do have a 24 to 48 hour turnaround. If you have ordered a personal reading, you've not received it, you either did not send me your information or check your junk or spam folder. Sometimes they go in there, but I do have a strict 24 to 48 hour turnaround. So, hi, Carmina. I know it's crazy. So crazy weather, and the zoo was packed yesterday. It was insane. I like to go when they open, and we didn't get there when it opened. So this is going to be your person sign. Carolyn, you could take it how they resonate. I would check out your sign first, and then I would check out your person sign. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and get started so we can get through this. And then if we have time, we're going to do ask a question, get an answer bonus at the end. So stick around to the end if it's something you would like to ask a question. If I have time, I will do that. All right, let's go ahead and start. Aries, your person, no contact in separation. What is your person's feeling? What are their intentions? What are their next actions? Okay, so you could be dealing with a Knight of Wands, fire energy. This person's a little bit erratic, a little bit impulsive. I'm hearing they feel like they bit off more than they could chew. Got the 10 of Wands. Their intentions is that 6 of Swords. Their actions, Ace of Wands. So did you hook up with this person, Aries? Because this feels like wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and I'm moving on. So let's clarify. Why is this person in the Knight of Wands energy? They're in a very lustful, desirable energy. King of Swords. So this is somebody who's a little bit critical of love. Maybe they've been hurt before in the past and they're not really as open and receptive as they could be. Tell me more about the King of Swords energy. Why is this person in such a King of Swords energy? They might have been married before. They may also have a very strict belief that love isn't possible. They maybe were burned or scorned in the past, and now they're just in a lustful energy and enjoying being single and independent. So you could be dealing with a fire sign, an earth sign, a Taurus, or heavy fire placement. Let's get you some advice, Aries. When it comes to this person, what is the best piece of advice? What's the guidance for Aries that's in no contact in separation with this person? Create what you want to create. The sea is asking you to move in a different direction, and spoken words. There might be something that your soul is speaking to you about this person that maybe you have been kind of in denial about. Yeah, you've been kind of in this energy of maybe I'm not going to listen to my intuition, but you're being asked to really come back to yourself and say, you know what? This is too dramatic. If they're not stepping up and they're not coming towards you to give you information or communication, there might be a reason why. And this person might just be somebody who you maybe don't need more information from. Maybe this is your confirmation that they were in a lustful energy and that maybe they're not in a commitment energy, which may not be in alignment for you. Hi, Poppy. Hi, Patty. Hi, Doreen. Happy Saturday. Thank you for joining the live. All right, we're going to move on to Taurus. All right, Taurus. No contact in separation. Hi, is it Momita? Hopefully I said that right. Hi, Harley. Oh, you're getting married on Monday? Oh. If you want to stick around to the end, I'm going to do ask a question, get an answer for a few minutes after I get done with all signs, Harley. We could take a look at your situation. But that's coming up in 2 days. I got engaged. Like 2 weeks ago. So very exciting. All right, Taurus. What is your person's feelings, intentions, next actions? Their feelings is the 7 of Pentacles. Their intentions is the 7 of Wands, 77. Their actions is the Star. So your person does feel that they did invest a lot in the situation with the two of you. Why is the 7 of Pentacles their energy if they're in no contact? They're thinking about this investment. They could also be very focused on their career. So if you found this person has pulled back from you and they're not as open or receptive and you're in separation, it could be that they feel defeated in the love department because they're too focused on their money. There is an imbalance with this person. So their intentions is to push you away, to be very guarded, maybe even defense that they just want. They maybe even said, I just want peace in my life. I don't want love. I just need peace, and love comes with too much. So I do see with the Star, their actions, they may actually attempt to try to pour back into this connection. Let's see what the Star is. Or they're trying to be a rising star in their career. What is the Star energy here for? Ooh, the Lovers. Okay. The 10 of Wands. Okay. So with the Star, I do see that they're making the choice and decision that a relationship comes with too much responsibility, too much extra burden or pressure, and it's not something that they're interested in right now. So I do see this person has thought about what they invested with you, but they're more interested in investing with their career, and they are trying to elevate their status with their career, or if they own a business, they're trying to rise up to become more. Yeah, we got that Wheel of Fortune. So they're definitely going in a different direction. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, a fire sign, a Gemini, air sign, earth sign, or fire sign. All right. What is the best piece of advice for Taurus? What is it you need to know, you need to hear from this no contact in separation situation? What is your advice or your guidance? Laugh, So have a little bit more laughter and fun in your life. And do something that would really caress what your soul is desiring. Is there something you've been wanting to do, but you have just kind of taken a step back and said, no, I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to wait till I have a partner or I have a spouse or I have somebody in a relationship. There's something about you not stepping back from going towards what you truly want and desire. There it is, just you. So you should do whatever you are wanting to do in life and without even needing to have a partner or a person with you. All right, Gemini, 11:34. If you're coming in after the live, I'll put the timestamps in for you. All right, Gemini, no contact in separation. Donna, I'm going to do ask a question, get an answer at the end if you'd like to stick around. All right, Gemini, no contact in separation with you and your special person. Your person's feelings, the Ace of Cups. So this is a newer connection potentially. Their intentions is the Hierophant. So they're trying to understand what commitment means to them. They could even be questioning what their belief system is. And their actions is the Knight of Cups in reverse. So they're not really listening to their heart about the situation. So let's clarify. This is a newer connection. They're feeling like it's a newer connection. Why is the Ace of Cups here? The King of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Four of Cups. You know, this person maybe had the intention or they felt like they had the intention of starting this new, especially if you were set up by someone else with this person. They had intentions of maybe wanting a relationship. They kind of scratched the surface. But the more they thought about it, the more they realized, you know what? I'm just kind of discontent. I really am not interested maybe in a relationship. They're kind of checked out. It does look like their intentions is to understand why they're checked out. Why is the Hierophant here? They could be going within, trying to understand themselves or their own belief systems, their own patterns. Maybe their family wants them to have a traditional long-term relationship, and maybe that's just not who they are. Maybe there's somebody who just wants to keep their options open. Yeah, the Justice. They could have even came from a history of everybody around them is married. So they thought that's what they wanted. They wanted a relationship, but now they're realizing that maybe this isn't what they want, because it does look like with their actions is they're not really listening or wanting to have an emotional connection right now. Why is the Knight of Cups in reverse here? I'm hearing I tried that, it didn't work. Three of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles. So yeah, it does look like they did give this a shot, and it isn't you, it's actually them, and it's their belief system. They're not really wanting to settle down with somebody. They're not really interested in emotionally bonding with somebody. And that looks like they tried it, but they dumped it out. It's kind of like, you know, have you ever tried like a shot and you took just a little sip of it and you're like, oh, and then you just dump it out? It's like that. But it's not you, it's actually love as a whole or relationships as a whole. All right, you could be dealing with an earth sign, a water sign, a Taurus, or a Libra. Let's get you some advice. What is the best piece of advice? What is the guidance for Geminis that are in no contact in separation with this person? What is the advice for Gemini? Listen, did you feel intuitively like this person's probably not going to commit? They're not going to step up, or I'm not going to have a second or third date with them. There's something about your body. Your intuition knew there was something, some type of physical reaction to your intuition, but you keep telling yourself, well, if I would have said this, maybe they would have called me back. And if I would have done that, then maybe I'd have that third or fourth date or whatever it was. You need to listen what your intuition said. Don't try to use your mind with logic with this. Yeah. Savor yourself with the hassle of going through that process. And maybe spend some time going outside in nature. A nature walk might spark you being able to listen to your intuition a little bit more clearly. All right, let's move on to Cancer, 1522. Hi, Claire. All right, Cancer, no contact and separation with you and your special person. What are their feelings? What are their intentions? What are their next actions towards Cancer? All right, Cancer placements. Their feelings, the Ace of Swords. Their intentions, the Knight of Pentacles. Their actions is the Eight of Pentacles. So your person feels like they are maybe cutting this away because they see clearly about what the situation is, something that they were holding on to very much, that it's time to transition away from this. This was coming out when I was shuffling, so I was waiting to see if this was going to come out. So there's something your person didn't actually tell you about them or the situation. So if this is a newer person, they weren't fully transparent. That's why they've cut you off really quickly. Now, if this is not a new person, there was something that they were keeping a secret from you. Clarify the Seven of Swords. What is this? For Cancer placements. The World. So if this is a new person, they were still talking to other people, maybe social media, online dating. If this is not a new person, it's an old person, it's the same thing. They were doing things behind your back that you didn't know. All right, so their intentions is the Knight of Pentacles. So they're making plans to go in a different direction. They're not really moving towards you. They may be moving to block you. They may be just putting boundaries in place. They're definitely looking in the other direction from you. Some of you, if this is a new person, Cancer, this person was married and their spouse might have found out that they were talking to you. For others of you, this could be somebody that if they weren't married, they were living with somebody, they were in a relationship with someone else, okay? Now their actions is they're just focused on work. Now that they've been potentially caught in a lie with their actual person, yeah, they're looking at the situation. Well, crap, I'm going to have to stay in whatever I'm in long term, but I'm not going to be able to return to Cancer. So if you found this person suddenly ghosted you, went no contact, that moon being hidden, your intuition might have been telling you maybe this person's married. They always shut their phone off. It goes straight to voicemail after 6, or you've never been to their place where they live, or there's always like this weirdness with them. Your intuition might have been telling you there was something up with this person anyway. All right, earth sign, water sign, fire sign, air sign, Aquarius. All right, let's get you some advice, Cancer. All right, what is the best piece of advice? What is the guidance for those with Cancer placements at this time? I was going to say awareness. Okay, so I think you're becoming more aware with red flags with your intuition. Your intuition can be really heightened right now, letting you know certain things don't feel right. Something feels off, but you don't really have actual factual evidence, but you can feel it. I want you to become more aware of that inner voice because that's going to help guide you. And we have the strawberriers. She finds sweet, simple pleasures. So do something that is, maybe go pick strawberries, go find some strawberries. Otherwise, do something really sweet for yourself and go with the flow. I would not resist trying to go back towards this person. I would be more aware of what your intuition might have been telling you. If not, I'd spend some time doing something that makes you happy to get your intuition more clear. I do see with this float, it's asking you to go with the flow of letting this go. Go with the flow of letting this go. Okay. All right, let's move on to Leo. All right, Leo placements, 1926. All right, Leo. Hi, Janetta. How are you? I know I've been busy, Janetta. I got engaged like 2 weeks ago, and then we've had family in town and kids, and, life has been lifing for me over here, so I apologize. Hopefully on Monday I'll be able to be back in the swing of doing lives again. All right, Leo. Let's see. No contact and separation. Thank you. Hi, Beach. How are you? All right, Leo. No contact in separation. What's going on with you and your special person? Thank you, everybody, for joining the live. Thank you, Corinne. And sharing the live, commenting. I always appreciate it when you guys show up. All right, Leo, what's going on with you and your person? Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Claire. All right. Your person feels the 10 of Pentacles, Leo. Their intentions is the 3 of Swords. Their actions is the 3 of Wands. So your person feels that there's a long-term standing commitment with you and this person. Maybe you're in the middle of a fight or an argument. Maybe you share a home or residence. Maybe you share a business with this person. Maybe it's a business partner. Clarify the 10 of Pentacles because they feel like this is one and done. Like this is the forever be all. We've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the Two of Cups. Yeah, they definitely feel a attraction. So it does look like with their feelings, they're in their heart space right now with these emotions. It looks like they're coming towards you with some type of promises with potential reconciliation or union. For some of you, this is a soulmate. Their intentions is the Three of Swords. So there's some disappointment with their actions or their behavior recently. So let's clarify, why are their intentions the Three of Swords with Leo placements, Five of Cups, and the Hanged One. So this could be somebody who maybe they're a little bit selfish. Maybe they focus more on themselves. Maybe they play victim a lot. Their intentions is to realize they need to think about things differently, that they need to analyze situations a little bit differently. So I do see with their actions, the Three of Wands, they are coming towards you. So if you're wondering, are they coming back? Are they going to come and have a conversation? I do see they are making plans with that Three of Wands. I'm being drawn to that airplane way up here on the top of the card. So for some of you, you may live at a physical distance with each other. So let's clarify, why is the Three of Wands for Leo's person's actions? The Hermit, so Virgo energy. We also got Pisces energy, Ace of Swords, and the Chariot. Yeah, a lot of you, this person lives at a distance, Cancer energy. We also have the World at the bottom of the deck. So I do see that if you're in no contact or you're in physical separation, that is going to change. Your person is making plans to come towards you, to clear the air, to let go of whatever they were doing. With that Chariot, it does look like they're maintaining control, coming towards you, wanting to reciprocate whatever this Three of Wands is. So whatever build out you were talking about having, I do see them circling back around. All right, let's get some advice for Leo placements. All right, what's the best piece of advice? What is the guidance for Leo at this time? What is the advice? What is the guidance for Leo placements? Recline. So don't go towards them. Allow them to come towards you. Listen to your body, how you feel when you are relaxed state. Don't yell. Okay. And share from your heart. Give the gift of compassion. You know, Leos are built within the heart. That's how you actually operate. So you're being asked to not yell at your person when they return, but to actually listen to your heart and lead with love when this person returns back to you. And the bottom of the deck is trust. So you're going to have to trust yourself and trust your person. All right, Virgo. 2331. All right, Virgo. Hi, Neely. Hi, Paulette. I've been busy, Paulette. Sorry. Life has been lifing for me over here. But hopefully on Monday, the kids go back to school on Monday. Our out-of-town guest is going to be going back, and family's leaving, and yeah. So hopefully starting Monday, I'll be back. I need to find a set time. You know, I'm an early bird. I get up real early. I love to get up early because I go to bed early. But I haven't figured out exactly. I would love to go live before my kids. I have to take them to school, but I haven't been able to work it out. So I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. I want to get a set schedule of when I go live so you guys know exactly when. Because right now I'm inconsistent with my times because I'm trying to work it in. So I got to figure that out. So that's on my agenda. It's on my to-do list. All right, Virgo. Feelings. The Chariot. Intentions. The Temperance. All major arcana. And their actions is the Five of Pentacles. All right, Virgo. So you could be dealing with a Cancer sign, a Sagittarius, or an Earth sign. So with the Chariot, your person feels like they need to move away. They need to run away. There's a sense of, you know what? I have to persevere through this. Why is the Chariot here? This could be somebody who also likes to be in control, Virgo. Okay. High Priestess, another major arcana. The Queen of Wands, you can deal with the fire sign of Taurus or the Nine of Pentacles. So your person does like to be in control. They're a very independent, self-sufficient person. They are somebody who could be also highly intuitive, highly confident of what they want or what they expect. Now, their intentions is the Temperance. So they're patiently waiting to fix or heal things in the situation. Why is the Temperance here? This is Sagittarius energy. The Death card, Scorpio energy. The Knight of Pentacles. And the Page of Swords. So, Virgo, it feels like your person's intentions right now is they know something has to change, but they're trying to observe what needs to change. And I think it's something that they know they need to change with that high priestess energy and their feelings. Something is being downloaded to this person that they can't be so independent and self-sufficient, that there's a sense of them needing to observe their own behavior, their own actions. Now, we do have that Five of Pentacles. So their actions is they kind of feel at a loss, or they may feel a sense of abandonment. Now let's clarify, why is that Five of Pentacles here for Virgo's person? Why is the Five of Pentacles here? They could be going through financial hardship. Oh, yep, Eight of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Ten of Cups. So I do see that your person could be going through something. Maybe it's work related. Maybe it has something to do with their stability or security within themselves. Maybe they just don't feel confident with that Five of Pentacles. Maybe they've abandoned themselves at some point, and that could be why they're in this controlling energy. They're trying to control you because they don't have control over themselves. I do see that they are going to figure it out. With that Eight of Pentacles, they're going to work through whatever this issue is with the two of you, and they're going to take a leap of faith to return with that Ten of Cups. I see they want happiness, and they know that something has to change. So maybe instead of them expecting you to change, it does look like with that Chariot, they're maintaining control, that they need to change something within themselves. Okay, you could be dealing with a water sign, earth sign, Scorpio, air, Sagittarius, earth, fire, Taurus, or Cancer. All right, let's get you some advice, Virgo. What is the best piece of advice? What is the guidance that you need to know? You need to hear, Virgo. What is your advice? One more shuffle for Virgo placements. Virgo. Open the windows. So this is allowing any stagnant energy, be open and receptive to getting rid of whatever's been stagnant. Okay. You may have to open up the windows in your house too. Maybe you need to air out, moving energy around is not staying stuck in the same confined area. Open up the windows and let the fresh air in, and the energy will change. You could be a homebody. Maybe your person doesn't want to be a homebody. Maybe you're a homebody. Maybe you need to be open to doing other things. And the bonfire. So recline also. You could be somebody who, give me one more on the bonfire. You may have to rebel against being a homebody. If you're somebody who likes to stay home, you may be somebody who needs to be more open and receptive to listening to your person potentially. All right, let's move on to Libra. Hi, Pam. Hi, Angie. Thank you for joining the live. I appreciate it. I'm going to get back on regular program. What is it called? Regular scheduled programming with my lives again. I've been busy. I got engaged, and then we've had family in town and kids, and my one kid was sick again, influenza B, and then I had kids are out of school. So we've just been spending a lot of time together as family. So I'm getting back in the swing of things. I got to find a regular scheduled time that I can go live. All right, let's look at Libra here. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate it. You're welcome, Beaches. Hey, Lisa. All right. Libra, no contact in separation. What is your person's feelings, intentions, next actions? Their feelings is the Three of Wands. Their intentions is the Nine of Wands. I'm hearing that song. I want you to want me. I need you to need me. Their actions is the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, Libra. So your person's in the Three of Wands energy. So they're just kind of hee-hawing, just sitting there. They're not really doing anything. Why are they in the Three of Wands? They could be waiting for you. They could be waiting for somebody. What is this Three of Wands here for? Eight of Swords in reverse. Two of Cups. Seven of Cups. King of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. Right now your person is kind of waiting with this other options potential. They may be talking to other people. They may be feeling like love and relationships is all glitter and magic and it doesn't really require work. They may have an unrealistic expectation when it comes to love. And they could be feeling like they're waiting for someone who's going to come in and be exactly this perfect person, like everybody on their list of who they want, what they look like, what their personality's like, how much money they make, where they live, like all these expectations that are not realistic. because their intentions with you is the 9 of Wands. So they kind of feel like they've maybe fought with you long enough to see if you were that person, trying to kind of put a square through a circle, and it's not working. Why is the 9 of Wands here with their intentions? They also feel like they were victimized. Did you tell them certain things about yourself that weren't true, and now they're finding out those aren't true? Their intentions is the Ace of Wands, the Moon, and the Fool. Yeah. You know, here's the thing is, they haven't maybe given you final closure, but they are intending to secretly just pursue other options or keep their options open. And it could even be a physical connections, you know, hooking up with people in lustful energy. Now, their actions right now is that 9 of Cups in reverse. So they're not happy. They're not satisfied. Why is the 9 of Cups in reverse for Libra's person? The Star, the 6 of Swords, and the Magician. So I'm going to be honest with you, Libra, with the Page of Wands above the deck. This person has unrealistic expectations of somebody. If they think that they're going to be able to, manifest someone else that is just going to be like a vending machine. They're going to go put in their order. They're going to push the button, and out comes this perfect person. That's what they're doing, because they're not happy that they thought you were that perfect person, whether you said things that weren't honest or they made the assumption about you. Either way, I see them going in a different direction because they have this idea of this perfect person, and it doesn't really exist. And it's for them to figure out. But I see they're kind of moving in a different direction because of that. All right, so we've got air energy, Aquarius energy, water energy, Cancer energy, fire energy. All right, let's get you some advice, Libra. What is going to be the best piece of advice? What is the guidance for those in no contact and separation for Libra placements? One more shuffle. I'm hearing that Grace song. You're the one that I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You're all I need. Were you intimate with this person? And then now you haven't heard from them? There's something about you really being intimate on a soul level of what do you want? What do you desire? And maybe take a day off. Take a break from thinking about this person, trying to contact this person, looking at their socials or their pictures. Just completely detox from them. And just you. Focus on just you and see where you end up at, because there's something about your inner voice has been asking you to be flexible and keeping your options open. And maybe you haven't been wanting to do that, and you're being requested to do that at this time. All right, let's move on to Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, no contact in separation with you and your person. Thank you, Natalie. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Sarah, y'all. How are you? Happy Saturday. Thank you for joining the live, everyone. Thank you for liking, commenting, and sharing the live. I appreciate it. All right, Scorpio, if you're in no contact and separation, what's your person's feelings? What's their intentions? What's their next action? Scorpio. All right. Person's feelings is the Queen of Pentacles. Their intentions is the 7 of Wands. Their actions is the 9 of Cups. Okay. So they're feeling the Queen of Pentacles. They're feeling very stable and secure with their career, their finances, also with the choice and decision to be in no contact and separation. Ace of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, and the Lovers. So this is somebody who they do feel like they're going to let this situation between the two of you go. If this is a newer connection, they've parted ways because they thought long and hard about it, and they potentially have already met somebody else. They might have been commuting with somebody, or if this is somebody who travels for work, they met somebody else that they felt very drawn to, somebody that they felt their soul was calling them to go towards, so they have pulled back from you is how they feel. Their intentions right now is they may be very guarded. Maybe they've pushed you away. They've declined your calls. They've left you on red. Maybe they've even blocked you. Let's clarify the 7 of Wands, the High Priestess, the Page of Cups, the Justice. You know, here's the thing is, their intentions is to push you away, but their intuition is telling them that they should tell you the true reason why, and they're not. Their actions is the 9 of Cups. So they're going towards their happiness, their wish fulfillment, which is this other situation that they feel is a soulmate. Why the 9 of Cups? The 8 of Cups. So they've had to walk away from you because they don't want to juggle you, but they also don't want to tell you the true reason. And it's because this other person they see as their person. They just know that this other person is their person. The person they're supposed to marry, they're supposed to build with, the person they feel drawn to. They may think that it's their twin flame or it's their soulmate. It's somebody that they feel they're coming home to on a soul level. That's the reason why you haven't heard from this person. All right. Could be a fire sign, could be a water sign, an earth sign, a Libra, a Taurus, fire, Gemini, earth. All right, let's get you some advice. What is the best piece of advice for Scorpio at this time? No contact and separation. Lisa, I'll do ask a question, get an answer at the end if you want to stick around to the end. Thank you. Yes, I have gone live today. I was going to go yesterday before we went to the zoo, but I didn't have time. Sorry. Hi, Marta. How are you? You having a good morning or good evening? Depending on where you are, I guess. Huh? All right, Scorpio, your advice, and get the card stop sticking. Be intimate with what you truly need and desire on a soul level. All right. Take a step forward. Don't take a step back. Don't stay stuck with where you're at. Be very intimate with, yes, this is something that's unfortunate. It's very disappointing. Maybe you had higher expectations than the way it turned out, but stepping forward is going to get you into alignment where you need to be on a soul level. And make no apologies. Don't feel guilty. If you think, well, if I would have said something different or if I would have done something different, you don't have to hold any guilt. And you're doing great work with your soul of doing that, following that regimen. All right, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, 3751. All right, Sagittarius. It's 5 p.m. Okay, well, it is 12:08. Here in the United States. Hi, Tina. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. Marta, did you just get off of work? 5 p.m. Do you work during the day in the UK? Or you work from home? Hi, Bridget. I'm doing ask a question, get an answer at the end, Bridget, if you want to stick around. Or you can come back if you're done. It's 10:10. Nice. What's ending and what's beginning for you? Fario? All right, Sagittarius. Feelings, intentions, next action, no contact. All right, here we go. Your person's feelings, you could be dealing with an Aries, the Emperor. Their intentions is the Ace of Pentacles. Their actions is the 8 of Swords. Okay, so your person feels a little bit like they want to be stubborn. They want to be their way or the highway. They want to be in control of the situation. Why the Emperor? You could have a child or children with this person. You could be married to this person. The 10 of Wands, the Hermit, Virgo energy, and the 5 of Wands. They don't want to fight no more. They are done fighting. They feel like they have so much on their plate at this time. They feel like they just cannot take another fight with you. All right. Their intentions is the Ace of Pentacles. So why is the Ace of Pentacles here? They may reach out to you to talk about these responsibilities, these commitments. The Lovers, yeah, they're going to make this choice and decision. The 4 of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So it feels like their intentions is to let you know why they ignored you, why they dropped your call, why they didn't call back, why they didn't come home potentially. They're going to make this decision that they need to have this conversation with you. Their actions is the 8 of Swords. So they are a little bit caught up in their head. They do feel like a victim. They feel like they're constantly blindsided by you signing them up for extra things to do or making them do extra things that truthfully they don't want to do or they don't have time to do. So they want to let those responsibilities go. If you want them to do something, they want you to just do it yourself. They want you to step into that placement. And they have been thinking long and hard about this. They feel like you are fighting for them to do certain extra burden of responsibilities that they just don't want to take on, or they don't have any more left on their plate. It's kind of like at Thanksgiving dinner when you go through the assembly line, you get everything on your plate, but then someone comes and adds more, but you don't have any space for it. That's how your person feels. They feel like they don't have the capacity to take on any more. All right. So you could be dealing with an air sign, a Pisces, a Libra, air, water, Gemini, earth, fire, Virgo, Aries, or fire. All right, let's get you some advice. What is the best piece of advice for Sagittarius placements? You're working in ambulances for all over the country. Oh, nice. Are you in, is it called EMT, Marta? That's fun. My middle child said she wanted to do that. That's awesome. Ending the day, beginning night in Pakistan. Okay, okay, that's nice. All right, Sagittarius, what's the advice? What is going to help you feel like you can get the sun back into your life, the happiness back into your life? What is that breakthrough that you need to be able to speak up and say? You already know what it is. Music may have something that's going to help you. Maybe you need time to, maybe you're in a band or you sing and you want time to do that, but your significant other has signed you up for a whole bunch of other things. And you may find that you don't like that. You want to go play with your band. You want to go play your guitar, or you want to do something music related, not these other things. Surrender to your deepest desires. Yeah. This is you really, if you have something, some other hobby that you want to do, then you're being asked to really allow yourself to do that. This reminds me of, I signed up for coaching soccer for 2 of my 3 children. I don't even know anything about soccer. Okay. So I'm going to be learning the game with them. They've been playing, but anyways, so it's funny as I went to the coaches meeting the other night and I'm in the middle and 3 of the people around me, next to me on both sides and somebody in front of me, all men, they were all talking that all their wives signed them up for soccer and they didn't even want to coach. And so I started laughing when I'm reading this. It reminded me of that. So maybe your spouse signed you up for a bunch of things, Sagittarius, and you got to take something off your plate. All right, let's move on to Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. 4247. All right, Capricorn. No contact in separation. Hi, Samuel. You're constantly seeing 12, 12, and 1, 1. Okay. It's 12, 12 now. Okay. That's light code. Breaks down to 3, 3, Janetta. Path and planning. All right, Capricorn. No contact in separation. All right. Your person's feelings. Ace of Pentacles. Along with the star. They came out together. Their intentions. Capricorn's person. What's their intentions? No contact and separation. This person may have purple hair. The Death card. Their actions is the Knight of Pentacles. So their feelings with the star and the Ace of Pentacles, if this is a newer person, they're hopeful that they're going to be able to bring this into a commitment, like a full-blown exclusive commitment. So why are they silent right now? Clarify this. This could be, for some of you, you just went on a date with this person 2 days ago. 7 of Swords, Page of Swords, the King of Cups. They might have told you that they were busy and they wouldn't be able to get back to you. That was actually a lie. Really what it is this person is researching you. They're investigating you online. They're trying to figure out, are you somebody of integrity or character? Because they feel like you're somebody definitely that they can have a commitment with the star. But they're trying to figure something out about you before they actually reach out to you. So I do see with that King of Cups, the more they're researching you, the more excited they're getting. So with their intentions, that Death card, it's going to change. So if you haven't heard from them, that's changing. So clarify the Death card. This is Scorpio energy. 9 of Swords, King of Wands, the Emperor. So part of their intentions, they may have uncovered something about you and an ex, or you in something that they didn't know about you, and they may be like, oh, crap. But they're not going to let it be something that keeps them stuck, because here they're coming with their actions is, hey, I'm just going to come up with a plan. I'm going to go towards them anyway. Even though I've uncovered this information secretly, maybe they seen like your ex or a picture of you and another person recently, and they think you're still talking to somebody that you were in a relationship with. Doesn't matter. Either way, they're going to get over that stress. They're going to come towards you with that Fool, 10 of Cups. I'm hearing the real deal. 6 of Wands, yes. You know, they may even come full circle and tell you, hey, Have you walked away from your ex? Are you really single? Like you're not attached to anybody. You're not like on reserve, you know, in a partial with somebody on the back end. Are you hooking up with somebody still? They may actually confront you about that. But I do see they are definitely coming towards you. So if you expected to hear from this person, it's been a little bit longer. They are coming towards you. So this could be a fire sign, water sign, Aquarius, earth sign, and Aries, a Scorpio, and Aquarius, water, fire, air. All right, let's get you some advice, Capricorn. All right, what's the best piece of advice? What is the guidance for Capricorn placement? Yeah, it breaks down to 333, Janetta. Yep. Every license plate, mileage, car, it's crazy. Yep. Those are your angel numbers coming through. Those are light codes. You got to listen to them. You got to ask yourself in that moment when you're seeing those numbers, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? That's the activation of what you. Where are you seeing it? Are you seeing it on a receipt? Are you seeing it on a billboard? Are you seeing it online on your clock? There's something more about it, Janetta. All right, Capricorn, what is your advice? Intimacy. Everybody's getting this card. You got to be really intimate on a soul level of who you are and what you want. You got to trust your inner voice when it comes to this person. Did you feel that this person is somebody that you know is going to come through? They are going to come through. And here's the thing is this person is going to want to take you out. They're going to want to maybe take you dancing or something. And they're going to do something that is going to win you over where you're going to be able to trust this person. All right. Let's move on to Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, 4722. If you're coming in after the live, I'll put the timestamps after the live. Stick around to the end. We'll do a few ask a question, get answers. I see those numbers all day. Every license plate, mileage in my car. It's crazy. Okay, well, with the car, it could be that there is something that needs to move, needs to make plans for move in the future. It could be physical move. It could be a belief system you need to move. When you actually are seeing that license plate, you need to log down what is actually your thoughts, your feelings. What are you thinking about in that moment, Janetta, when you're seeing that? That's going to help you kind of pinpoint what it's actually trying to tell you in those moments, why your guides are sending those numbers to you. All right. Let's see, Aquarius. And then what you should do, Janetta, is you should log it down all day long. And then at the end of the day or the end of the evening or the next day, go back and look and see what is the majority of the numbers that you're seeing. Are you seeing more threes than ones? Are you seeing more fives than threes? That's going to also help you lead into why you're getting them. All right, because there's something you're needing to take action on. That's why. It could be a belief system. It could be work. It could be love. It could be a lot of different things. All right, Aquarius, one more shuffle. Feelings, intentions, next actions. Aquarius, the person's feelings is the Page of Cups. So they feel like they owe you an apology. Their intentions is the Emperor. You could be dealing with an Aries. Their actions is the Two of Cups. Okay. I just heard bomb, chicka, bomb, bomb. All right. So their feelings is the Page of Cups. They feel like they owe you an apology. They feel like they weren't sympathetic to your needs at this time. Ace of Cups. Queen of Swords. Two of Wands. So I see communications coming in from this person. They need to make things right with you. They need to step towards you. Their feelings is they got to do it pretty quickly. So some of you, this is happening in the next 2 days or 2 weeks. For others of you, it might be about 2 months before this person comes to this conclusion. Their intentions is the Emperor. So they're very much standing on business when it comes to these feelings that they know they owe you an apology. This could be a workplace situation. Somebody needs to apologize. They don't want to do it in secrecy. Their intentions is to do it publicly. So if it is a workplace situation and there has been a disagreement and now you're not speaking, this person's going to publicly apologize in front of other people. Or maybe they're going to send out an email at the office saying, hey, I just want to recognize the great job so-and-so has done, which is you. If it is a relationship, this person may be publicly apologizing for whatever they've done. Maybe they said or did something online that was not okay, and they know that they need to ask for forgiveness and apologize. They might be going above and beyond by doing it through social media. Now, I do see what their actions is. They're going to make this choice and decision that you are the person that they need to empathize with. The Fool, they're definitely going to take a leap of faith. They're going to give you what you want. So if you're like, Teresa, I want an apology, a big fat apology with X, Y, and Z. I see you're going to get what you want. Yeah, after this fight or this argument. Here they come with the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. So they know that they have to take control of the situation. Fire sign, water sign, earth sign. Aries, earth sign, water, water, fire, air, earth, and water. All right, Aquarius, what's your advice? What is the best piece of advice? You're a warrior for not saying something yet, especially if this is a workplace situation. Maybe they embarrassed you. They said something in front of other people. You're a warrior for keeping this peace right now. All right, Aquarius, what's your advice? Vulnerability. Okay, hold on to your vulnerability and allow yourself to stretch beyond the constraints of this warrior energy. And you're going to be able to savor the victory and success of this apology because it's going to be so sweet because it is something that you will have to be open and receptive to receiving it. And look at that. You got resolution hidden at the bottom of the deck. So whatever you're going through in this no contact and separation, it's going to resolve itself out. All right. Let's do Pisces 5135. All right, Pisces, no contact in separation. Pisces. Okay. I see those numbers all day long. Everybody's saying, okay, I keep saying I need to journal my dreams and I have to start doing it to figure that out. Yeah, it's easiest to keep your pen and paper right by your bed and do it like first thing when you wake up. Or you could do like the notepad Janetta on your phone. You could do that also. That helps. All right, Pisces, no contact in separation. What's going on with your person's feelings, intentions, next actions? Pisces. Pisces person. I'm hearing that song. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Their feelings is the Six of Pentacles. They feel like they need to give to you, that you need to be on the receiving end of getting something from them. Their intentions is the Star, so they're going to restore the faith that they want you to have, that they're going to fix and heal things. Their actions is the Temperance. Yeah, they want to heal things. They want this connection. They want to pour back into it. They want you to be patient with them. Now, with their feelings at Six of Pentacles, they feel like they need to give to you. The High Priestess clarifying it, the Strength card clarifying it, and the Knight of Wands. They're impulsively going to build up that strength and courage to let go of all fear and say, you know what? Now's the time. I need to give something to Pisces. Their intentions is to give you the faith back into this relationship. They feel like they have taken the faith away from you, where maybe you're not as optimistic. Could be dealing with an Aquarius or a Virgo. Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. They know that you have been very strong within this situation. You've been very patient with them. They're coming up with, their intentions is come up with a practical plan to shine light on what they didn't give you in the past. Because I do see with their actions, we have the Temperance. So they are wanting to fix or heal things. They're going to recover whatever this abandonment energy that you may feel with them. They're looking at things from your perspective. They're not just looking at things from themselves anymore. They know that they stressed you out. They've stressed themselves out of choices and decisions they've made, but they want to get away from that. So I do see them wanting to give more back into the connection. I see communication is coming in for some of you in the next 8 days, 8 weeks, or by the month of August, communication is coming. All right, could be dealing with a fire sign, air sign, a Pisces, an earth sign, a Sagittarius, Leo, Taurus, a Virgo, an Aquarius, a earth sign, or a fire sign. All right, let's get advice for Pisces. What is going to be the best piece of advice? What's going to be the guidance for Pisces placements that you need to know? Hi, Angie. Linda, you're a Pisces? Okay. All right, what's your best piece of advice? What's the guidance for Pisces placements? Sun catchers. So you need to get out in the sun. You need to allow the sun to heal and to rejuvenate you. Allow whatever needed to end in the situation end, and allow yourself to get to a place of peace so that you can be open to receive it. If you want a new beginning with your special person, you're going to have to step forward and allow this person to ask for forgiveness. Now, what's being hidden is you have the choice. You have free will to make that decision. If you want it, it is going to be presented to you. Okay. Let's do ask a question, get an answer. I got 5 minutes. Let me change this out. Okay, so if you've never done my live before, ask a question, get an answer. It's free. You can ask any type of question you want except for legal, pregnancy. I think that's it. Pretty much legal or pregnancy. I do not scroll up. So as fast as the questions come, I try to answer them in the time allotted. Now, keep in mind, it is ask a question and an answer. So just put one question per line. If it's not answered, you can put your question as many times as you want. I'll try to answer it. All right, let's go ahead and start. Tina, who's coming towards you in love? Somebody young and a little bit immature, somebody who just wants to be friends. You may socialize a lot with this person, but you will like it. You may end up realizing in time that they're a little too young. You might start putting boundaries in place. All right, Pamela, what do you need to know in your near future? Pamela, you may find that you're unhappy over a situation. There's a tower moment that's coming towards you, and it's because you're not recognizing your own value and your own worth. You may be allowing other people to tell you what your potential is. You need to know your own potential and not let other people tell you that. Carrie, who is your next love? Carrie's next love. Ooh, this is somebody you're going to marry. You're going to build a life with this person. This person also comes maybe from a family of generational stability where everybody in their family's been married for a very long time. They don't believe in divorce. So it's a one and done with this person. Marta, will your person come back? Is Marta's person coming back? No, I think your person is still in isolation. They want to sleep with you again, Marta, but I see them being quiet. They're still trying to figure out what they want to do when it comes to you. Is it completely over with Rob? Carmina, is it over with Rob? You know, Rob is a Mr. Juggler, so he has not been able to make a fine decision of yes or no quite yet. Jonetta, what's being hidden from you? Jonetta, what's being hidden? Clearly there's something that you've been sitting on that you need to let go of. Something that it's kind of like a rubber band, like you're ready to take action, but you're not really moving on it. What is this? Ooh, are you not putting yourself out there, Janetta? Are you looking to date someone, or you want it, but you're not doing anything about it? There's something that you want. And if it's love, then you have to put yourself out there. You have to energetically put yourself out there, physically put yourself out there, Janetta. All right. Natalie, is your ex coming back? Is Natalie's ex coming back? I see boundaries are put in place. He's going to want to have a conversation, but I see the two of you going head to head right now. And there is some substance vices or narcissistic energy either on your side or their side. Rubina, what's the future of your relationship? Rubina, what's the future of your relationship? I see ego and pride as a really strong factor. You both wish you could put your pride to the side, but there's a lot of fears and insecurities potentially on both of you. If you want to do an in-depth reading, we can definitely do a you versus them to see short and long-term intentions for both of you. But I do see that pride is a factor where you both wish you could put your pride to the side, but you don't. What is the reason? Hold on. There's something about your intuition already knows the truth, that there's secrets that's being withheld either on your side or your spouse's or both of you. That needs to be addressed if you want to try to resolve it. Pam, what's happening for you in April? Clarity over what? You have been caught up in your head about something negative. You're seeing clearly that if you want it, you have to pursue it. If it is a person, Pam, you're going to have to open up the lines of communication. Could be celebration if you do. Okay. Paulette, will my younger Capricorn and I be in a relationship? Paulette and her Capricorn. Paulette and her Capricorn. No, I see you end up walking away from this person. Yeah, it looks like it's done and over with. It's not going to work. And I think you're going to build your confidence over the next 45 days to realize that it's not changing. Steven, let's see. What is the pull for Steven? What's the energy? Your intuition's really strong right now, Steven, that you need to be able to move differently. You're trying to control a situation and it's not working. It's because once you relinquish that control, things are going to align the way they need to. You may also be feeling like you need to physically move somewhere. Maybe you need to get a new car. Your car needs maintenance. There's something that is physically needing to be changed for you. And I think you already know what that is. You're welcome, Natalie. Violet, hi, how are you? Carolyn, is his mistress going to tell him I confronted and controlled her? Oh yeah, real excited to tell him. Definitely going to tell him. Very happy to tell him. Yes. Let's see. Marta, will my person and the other woman break up soon? Marta and her person? No, I think that even though there's some disappointment between the two of them, they're still committed to each other. Laura, when might he reach out to Laura? When is he going to reach out to Laura? I don't see him reaching out right now. He's a little confused over love and lust. He doesn't know if he loves you or if he just likes the love with you, the love in. Okay, Charmaine, am I going to move? Is Charmaine going to move? Yes, I see confidently you will move. You're manifesting it right now. Between now and September, I see a move for you. You're welcome, Carolyn. Okay, Farrell, what's coming in for you in love? Let's take a look here. I see a Sagittarius could be coming towards you, but you're going to have to be patient because you're going to meet this person through your friends. It could be in June, sometime between March and June. I see that this person has a very strong personality. They could have Sagittarius, they could have Leo in their chart. You may find that they're physically attractive. So I do see you meeting somebody. You will also start out as friends with this person, but what's being hidden is it could turn into long-term commitment. Okay, Paulette. All right, you're welcome, Marta. You're welcome, Laura. All right, I'm going to take 3 more questions, then I got to go. 3 more. Bridget, do I see you in a relationship? Bridget. I think you're lying to yourself, telling yourself you're happy being single, but I don't think you are. I think you have to stop denying that you want a relationship. If you can stop denying that you want a relationship, there's that independent energy. Stop saying, oh, I'm okay being single. I don't need a man. I don't need a woman. I don't need a partner. I don't need a person. When you stop doing that, your faith changes. Your focus changes. And that's when this happens for you. So make sure if you want to meet somebody, be at peace with being able to say when someone says, well, why don't you have a partner? Don't say because I don't want one. Tell the universe because I do want one. Tell the people I do want one. When you do, you'll be able to lay your head down because I do see you are fated to come into alignment with the soulmate, but you have to be open to it. A lot of times people say they want something in their heart, but they're verbally telling everybody around them and the universe, I don't want it, but they're in denial. And that's why there's this mixed energy because you're not really believing it yourself. Okay. Audrey, is his friend sabotaging you? Audrey. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. His friend wants him to let you go. He wants him to stop sacrificing. I'm hearing being a wussy. So he thinks his friend is telling him he's whooped on you and that you're calling the shots. His friend definitely thinks that he should let you go. One more question. Bing, is he coming back? You guys want to do your own personalized in-depth reading, check out my website, TimelessDivineTarot.com. I do see that after moving away, there will be communication coming in, Bing. One more, Janetta. Will he leave me alone now since he moved into town? Yeah, I see boundaries put in place right now. He's trying to let it go, but he's still thinking about you. Dave, I'm going to do this last one. When will she come back? Is Dave's person coming back? No, I don't see her coming back right now, Dave. I think she's enjoying being single and independent. Okay, I must go. I have to go. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining the live. If you're coming in afterwards, I will put the timestamps down below. I hope you guys have a beautiful Saturday. I will come back tomorrow and do another live. I'll schedule it, figure out which one I'm going to do. Bye-bye.